I'm Lily Roberson. Do I like spell my last name? Like,
Yeah, you
okay.
can spell it.
Lillyroberson.
All right, perfect. So ignore the camera. Nice little conversation. Doesn't even exist, right?
Yeah.
Right. So tell me your name again. Tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
I'm Lily, and the most influential person in my life is probably my brother.
Why?
Because he's shaped who I am today. He's been there for me through thick and thin, and I love him.
Okay. Can you give me an example?
So my parents have been like, we don't have the best relationship, and so me and my brother always like talk about it, and he like gets me through like tough patches.
For sure. And is he your older brother?
Yeah, he's 21.
21. Okay. So I'm not going to you know how much older he is?
Yeah.
I'll guess at some point. Okay. So, what would you say like you're junior? Right?
Yeah.
So what would you say in the like time you've been in high school has been like the most like important interaction you've had with your brother, like that's influenced your life the most?
What?
So can you give me like an example, and like since you get to high school, because like, high school's hard for everyone, right? So can you tell me like an example of a time where your brother like really helped you out?
In high school?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm in French, and when he was here, he took 4 years of French, and so when I was like having trouble pronunciation or something, he would I'd call him, and he would just like help me out.
For sure. Does he go to college now? Or?
No, he did 2 years at Sierra, and now he's selling vacations.
Okay. Very nice. So do you want to sort of like go a similar career path as him, or do you want to do something different?
I want to go into business, so similar but not quite.
Okay. Why do you want to go into business?
Because I want to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Or eventually.
Eventually. You still got a lot of time.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Can you tell me like the first thing that you think of when I say your brother's name? I don't know his name, but like when you hear his name, first thing that pops into your mind, like a story, a fun time, or like something like that.
Brave, because like he's helped a lot of people, not just me, but like he was a person that at Rockland who like people could go up to and like talk to him about stuff, and like he would help other people.
For sure. All right. Thank you so much. That was great.
Yeah, thanks.
If you could get that mic to one of.
It's messed up.
All right, hold that piece of paper up. Perfect. I can see that from here. All right. What is your first last name and how do you spell it?
Kylan Pineda, Kylanpineda.
All right. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Perfect. All right. So tell me your name again. And tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
My name's Kylan Pineda, and the most influential person in my life is my dad.
Why?
He just teaches me discipline and what's right or wrong.
Can you give me an example of that?
I can't really think of one right now.
You can't think of one right now? All right. So can you tell me like maybe like a moment in the past? You're junior now, so maybe in like the past 3 years since you've gotten into high school, like a moment where your dad has really like influenced your life.
He's really supported me throughout my sports, coming to every single one of my games, and has just been there for me every single day.
For sure. What sport do you play?
I play water polo.
Okay. So did your dad play water polo when he was in high school?
No, he played basketball.
Okay. So has he still been like a help for you doing water polo even though he really doesn't know much about the sport? Or?
Yeah, I feel if you played one sport, you have a connection to all the sports, just like the athletic mindset.
For sure, and he's helped you out with that, and like staying disciplined.
Yeah.
And stuff. Can you give me like a story, like the first thing that pops into your mind when I say your dad's name? I don't know your dad's name, but like first thing that pops into your mind, like story, fun moment, or something like that.
I would say camping with my family.
Okay. Why?
I don't know, just building a fire with them, setting up camp, just bonding with them.
For sure. Do you guys like to go camping a lot?
Yeah, we try to go every summer when it's nice out.
Very nice. Is there any like set campground or like spot that you guys like to go to?
We used to go to Gualala a lot. It's down kind of near Yosemite.
Okay. Very nice. So, like, what's your favorite thing to do with your family while you guys go camping? Is it just like relaxing in nature, or is it like going on hikes or something?
Probably relaxing in nature, going near the river.
Okay, very nice. Do you like to go fishing?
Yeah, I fish a lot.
Okay. So has your dad, like, I know all dads like to fish.
Yeah.
Whether they admit it or not.
Yeah.
But, has your dad, like, helped, like, teach you how to fish and stuff like that?
Not teaching me, but he's been talking to me a lot about it and just telling me different ways to catch fish.
For sure. All right, so if you could say one thing to your dad that you know he would see, what is one thing you would say to him?
One thing what?
That you would just say to your dad?
Probably just that I appreciate what he's done for me.
For sure. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Steal that mic.
I'm doing this question.
Perfect. So you're gonna. Well, not quite yet. Oh, okay. Hold it up towards the camera. Okay. And what's your name and how do you spell it?
My name's Angela Rodriguez, ANGELA, RODRIGUEZ.
Perfect. And what grade are you in?
Junior.
Okay. And when you're ready, you'll say, "My name is," and after that, you can answer the question.
My name is Angela Rodriguez, and the most influential person in my life is my mom.
Okay. So tell me about why your mom's so influential.
I just look forward up to her because she like raised me. She provides for me in my whole life. She's like the best person. I trust her a lot.
Okay. So tell me about kind of like what's something you want to like make sure that you take from her and like do in your own life.
Maybe just how she lives. I feel like she's very independent, but she knows her worth also. So I kind of just take that in for myself, for my future self. That's like a good thing to do.
For sure, I like that. Do you guys have any like special kind of traditions or activities you share together?
We always go shopping. She loves shopping, so I always go with her, and we always cook together. I feel like it's just fun little moments like that.
Yeah, that's really sweet. Tell me about like. I'm actually blanking. Good question. Most influential person.
Would you say your mom or not?
Okay. Okay, so if you could say one thing to your mom right now, assuming she's going to see it, what would you say?
I would say keep doing what you're doing and love you.
That's sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright.
I'm gonna hold that up with you. I'm gonna clip this mic to you as well. Just gonna clip it right here.
I bet you $50 you can't pronounce his last name.
What's his last name?
You want me to spell it out?
Yeah.
Maglalang.
Okay, wait.
Hold up for the camera.
MAG.
Wait, can I type it?
Yeah. You know how to say it though, because I told you so many times.
M-A-G.
LALANG.
Wait, what's the last?
MAGLALANG.
So I'm assuming it's not pronounced like how it's written. Maglalang?
No.
That's everyone says Maglalang.
Maglele.
Not that.
Maglele.
Maglalang. Maglalang.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's Magma Block.
Yeah, Magma Block. Yeah, that's the right name. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, what question are you doing?
Who's the most influential person in your
Okay.
life?
Okay, so what's your name and how do you spell it?
I'm Jackson. First name, last name.
Yes, please.
I'm Jackson Maglalang, and it's JAXSON MAGLALANG. And the most influential person in my life is, I would say, my mom. My mom, she's been there pretty much my whole life, and she's really supportive in what I'm pursuing. She's encouraging everything that I do. She's really just a person I look up to and the person I really want to be, because she's a really good person and really caring and funny as well, which is who I'm trying to be as well. Yeah, she's supportive in what I want to be in the future. I'm trying to pursue something in the medical field, and she's all for it, 100%. And also my whole family, they're also supporting me, but my mom's the strongest, who I would say is influencing me most in life.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's really sweet. That was already
Well, my whole family's in the medical field, and I can do whatever choice of career I want to do. My mom says you can do anything you want, but I feel like choosing the medical seems right for me, so I can keep that family tradition going.
Yeah, so is your mom in the medical field as well?
I believe she is. She works as a project sales manager in a medical company where she promotes the devices that they're selling to other clients all over the world.
Okay, yeah, that's really interesting. So do you see yourself more in like, that's like kind of a sector of the medical field that people might not like think is like direct. So do you see yourself as kind of like more directly in the medical field or like indirectly?
I would like to be more directly involved in the medical field, but if I become indirectly, then that also works because I'm still part of the medical field.
For sure. Do you think that like, your family and like all kind of being involved in that like pushed you to pursue that, or is that something you like on your own?
Well, my family, they pushed towards that, but it was more of my decision and more of their influence as well, supporting me on that.
So if you could say anything to your mom right now that you know she would see, what would you tell her?
I love you, Mom, and I'm very grateful for everything that you've done for me and my whole life and helping me pursue this future job that I hope will make you happy in the future, and I want to be there to support you for your whole life.
Awesome, cool. Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Alrighty. So say your name and then like answer the question. So my name is blank and the most influential person is
My name's Aiden Castaneda. I'm a junior. The most influential person in my life is my dad.
Why?
Because he's my dad. He's pushed me so far becoming an athlete. Get good grades in school, to work for everything, not have everything gifted.
Yeah. Totally. So when you think about your dad, what's like a moment that just pops into your head?
When I was playing baseball and pretty sure I struck out and I got all mad at myself, and then he pulled me to the side and he told me that I will take you out of this game right here, right now, if you start crying or something like that. And then I locked in, realized that not everything's gonna be gifted to you, and I learned that you can't take everything for granted.
Yeah, totally. So you mentioned your dad like helps you with sports. Was that just baseball or any other sports?
Just really baseball. I really only played baseball in my life.
Yeah, for sure. So I know like transitioning to high school for everyone, even if it wasn't particularly hard for you, it's hard and your parents have to help you a lot. So was there like a moment between like middle school and high school, or just throughout your time in high school, that was particularly impactful for you?
Middle school I was really good in school, and then second I got to high school I started not doing so well in my classes and grades, and my dad helped me understand a lot of the functions that we were learning, so kind of helped me improve my grades in terms of school.
Yeah, totally. Dang. Questions? We're good? Okay, yeah.
Let's give it up. Okay, so Liz, it'd be good for you to kind of get that rhythm in as an interviewer of like, hey, will you tell me your name and how to spell it in grade level?
Okay, can you give me your name, spell it out for me, and your grade level?
Yeah, my name is Luke Georgeson, LukeGeorgeson, and I am a 12th grader.
Okay, and that's your question.
Okay. Cool, hold on. Let me take this paper. And this is where like maybe an assistant too. An interviewer, a camera person, and an assistant. The assistant can take the piece of paper and also like highlight his name off and tell us like what question he answered or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Luke Georgeson.
Perfect, and tell me about the most influential person in your life.
Okay, so the two most influential people in my life are my two brothers, who are 22 and 28.
Okay, and what makes them so influential to you?
They're just people I've looked up to my whole life. Like growing up, I saw them like just as people that I kind of wanted to be, and like the things that they do, like and have done, like I've kind of copied that. Like right now, my brother is super into bodybuilding, and he's going to school to be a nuclear researcher. And so, like a lot of what I'm interested in my life right now is like my bodybuilding, and then like trying to get better at school. And then for my other brother, he's like he's started his whole life. He has a good career. He has a kid. Like, that's just something I like want to have in the future.
Yeah, and it seems like a pretty decent age gap. Like, how's that been, like, growing up, especially when you were younger, maybe?
Yeah, so my brother's, I think, like, my oldest brother, I think, is 12 years older than me, and so I didn't, like, grow up, like, super close to him, but I've definitely gotten closer to him, as the years went by. And then for my closer brother, who's, like, 4.5 years older, I've always been pretty close to him, but, like, through his teenage years, I didn't really know him as well. And then now, again, like, I'm super close to him. There's people, like, I really look up to.
Thank you. Okay. What's your name? How do you spell it? What grade are you in?
Connor Hassler, Connor. Hassler, Hassler. I'm a junior.
Got it. And can you hold up that sign for me? Great, I'll take that. Okay, I'm gonna have you say your name again, so like my name is, and then go ahead and start answering the question.
Okay, my name is Connor Hassler, and the question was, what is one of the most influential people in my life? I'm gonna have to say Joshua Gunter. Mainly because he has been taking me out on a lot of expeditions. He's been doing me a lot of favors. He's been negatively impacting me every now and then. If I had to give a specific story, I had to get to one of my 0th period classes at 7:45, and he came up to my house 2 minutes before my class started, and we got to class within like 3 minutes, so I was late. I'm very thankful for that.
Okay, so I don't really understand why is he like influential?
Especially in recent times, he's been calling me, checking up on me. He's been just helping me with like yearbook, photography. He's been helping me out, just having a more social life. For instance, he called me literally yesterday, trying to take me out. During football games, I hang out with him a lot. During school, I'm stuck with him. He's just made high school a lot more bearable.
Okay, so do you want to like try to like emulate what he does, like be like him, or you just appreciate him?
I very much appreciate him. If I had to give another specific example, he called me literally last night on my mom's birthday, trying to take me out.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
We'll go with the good thing because I appreciate being taken out and not being stuck at home all day.
Got it, thanks.
My name is Braden. It's Braden. My last name is Wright. Wrighd. I'm in 11th grade.
All right, and then he's going to take that piece of paper, and then you're going to say to Braden, all right, Braden, I want you to start with, hi, my name is Braden, and the most influential person in my life is, and just go. Okay? So I want you to say that to me nice and loud. Be bold.
Hi, my name is Braden. The most influential person in my life is probably my dad. I would say my dad because I've learned so many things from my dad. My dad is, he's taught me so many things in my life. Like since the day I could talk, I probably learned everything from him. When it comes to like either cooking food or just doing regular life experiences with my dad, it's just everything I do is I try to shadow him because he has so much experience in life with when he was a kid, he didn't have every opportunity he had in his life. So he wasn't rich, he wasn't wealthy, so he had to fight for what he had, and he's taught me how to fight for what I have and just not let people take you for granted and not let people take things from you. And that's just kind of how I kind of live my life. I don't want to like let the people in my life that are going to take things from me. I'm not going to lose sight of who I am. I'm going to give people the best person they can get at all times, and I'm just going to be a better person than people.
So from your dad and him being the most influential person in your life, it's like he's taught you like these many things, but is there like anything like he's taught you or like said to you that like sticks with you like till this day? It's like
the main thing that he sticks to me is his account for integrity. He thinks integrity is a key role in something that that people must have. He always tells me that there's this little birdie inside of you that's always going to tell you when you're doing things wrong, and that little birdie to me is just like it tells you like if you're doing something wrong, then you need to fix it, or like if you're lying, then that's not right, and like you'll just know. And he influences integrity on me the most.
Would you say a lot of your morals and the way you like view life now is like influenced by your dad?
Yeah, definitely my morals and my goals in life is definitely from my dad. I mean, my dad owns his own business now in his life, and that's just kind of my goal. I wanna live to his expectations and live to like the high standards of what he has done throughout his life, because his life right now is pretty solid with the family, his business. I mean, he's got a pretty solid life.
Like going after your dad, how do you want your trajectory of your life to be?
My trajectory of my life, I want to have a family, and I want to have a good, well-paying job to support my economics when I'm an adult. I want to have spend time with my family and my friends mostly in my later life, and not have to worry much about all like the growth and stuff I have to do more. I want to have more retirement time to like live longer in the retirement than I do have to spend working. So I would say I want to work hard when I'm younger and work until I have a certain amount like of income that I can live on without having to work for so long.
And then you just say thank you. Perfect. You like that? You would just like to put it there so you can look at it. Sweet. All right, what is your first and last name and how do you spell it?
Ben Turner, BenTurner.
Perfect. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Excellent. Okay, ignore the camera. Nice little conversation. Doesn't even exist, right? Okay. So who's the most influential person in your life?
I'd say the two most influential people in my life are my parents.
Okay. Why?
I think it's a big reason why, I think, at least, is because, at least when I was coming into high school, my mom especially made me choose. Usually parents, they just like, you're going to Rockland, or you're going to Whitney, or you're going to whatever other high schools there are, right? But my mom was just like, I know you want to either do these two, and I want you to research them and choose, and we're going to respect whatever decision you choose to make. So that's the reason why I like really respect that.
Okay. And were both of your parents like doing that?
Yeah, they both support me in whatever I want to like try or do, and just are into whatever I want to like do. So it's really awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So is there like another example, maybe during your high school, versus like just coming into it? Is there an example of them like really helping you figure it out?
I think definitely a big help. Ooh, that's a good one. Sorry, I gotta think. Well, they've always just been like really helpful in like math and like everything that I need homework-wise. But recently, definitely driving has been like a super supportive. Like my dad has been really teaching me everything I need to know, and like they've also let me take the reins of just like when I wanted to do it and how I wanted to do it and like what car I wanted to use. So they've just really helped me in everything I wanted to like try with that as well.
Yeah, I know driving can be stressful, like at first just learning how to drive and stuff, and especially driver's ed and like that permit. I failed the permit test like 4 times.
Oh, you failed it 4 times?
Yeah, bad.
Yikes!
Yeah.
I only failed it once.
How would you say your parents have helped you with like the stress of learning how to drive and just being responsible for 2 times?
Yeah. Well, they've definitely just been like, it's okay to like make mistakes, and like we'll just keep practicing over and over and over, and we'll get it, and like we'll like let you choose. They let me choose which one I want to take my driver's test at.
Okay.
So they were like, yeah. I called my dad when we were when me and my driver instructor were in the parking lot, being like, hey, which one do you want me to take? And he was just like, you pick. Like, which one do you think you'll do better at? I was like, okay, we'll just do Rockland. But like stuff like that, and just being like, we're here to just like help you in whichever way you need to be helped and stuff like that. Definitely was just the way.
Sure. All right, thank you so much. That was great. The camera's super fast. All right. So what is your first and last name?
Maggie Smith, MaggieSmith.
Perfect. What grade are you in?
Junior.
Excellent. Okay, ignore the camera. Nice little conversation. This doesn't even make sense, right? Okay. So who would you say is the most influential person in your life?
My mom.
Okay, so why?
She's been a single mom for about 8 years, and just in her 40s, going through a divorce, she goes back to law school and gets her law degree, and just like takes us from being bankrupt to being able to have something. And I think that's really inspirational.
Definitely. Yeah. So how has that been? Like a single mom also going to law school, that's like a lot of time like away from the house and stuff like that. Has that been like difficult for you guys or?
It's definitely been difficult because just a lot of staying with other family members and just sleeping over at my friend's house a lot. But once she graduated, everything became a lot better because I got to see her a lot more.
Definitely. Did she go into like being a lawyer or something like that?
Yeah, she's an associate attorney.
Very nice. Can you tell me like a little bit about what that is?
So she works at a law firm, and she just obviously, but she just works with clients and travels places to like do court cases, and she's actually really close to becoming a partner in the law firm.
Oh wow, very nice. I watch Suits, so I'm very educated. I know exactly what that is. All right, so why would you say that your mom is the most influential? Like obviously, parents are the most influential, and she like helped you build you guys up. But is there like another like example or reason that you have?
I just feel like she's just a very powerful woman. I mean, she got out of this horrible marriage and then just goes straight into school, and I think that's just something that anyone should admire.
Definitely, yeah. So, man, I don't want to ask personal questions.
It's okay.
Just give me a second. Okay, so in high school, right? Going into high school, it's difficult as a freshman. So, how did your mom sort of like support you and help you like going into high school?
I don't really know. She just kind of was like, there you go, you're in high school, I'm working. She works a lot. So she works 12-hour days, 6 to 7 days a week.
That's crazy.
She doesn't have to work that much, but she's a workaholic. She like can't stop.
Okay. Yeah. Is it all like away from the house, or does she do some online also?
She has an office at home where she usually works from most days of the week, but no one's allowed in that office. Got to keep the door closed. Like,
yeah. For sure, you don't want to interrupt that workflow.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Thank you so much.
Yes.
That was great.
Hey, tell me a story from that time, or why, or can you explain that to me, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna clip kind of the bigger part towards the inside.
Okay.
Okay, because then it won't like sag as much.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, there you go. Little spring loaded clip there.
Got it.
We're locked in, Sam.
I don't even know what to say. I know how to answer. I know the answer, but I don't know what to
Nice
say.
little conversation.
Okay.
Let's do that. All right. What is your first and last name? How do you spell it?
Arathana Nagaraja, Arathana Nagarajah.
Perfect. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior, 11th grade.
All right. Ignore the camera. Nice little conversation.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me your name again and tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
My name is Arathana, and the most influential person in my life is probably my brother. He's always been like a role model to me, but like more than that, he's also like my best friend, and he's always someone that I've looked up to, and I don't know, I've like always wanted to like follow in his footsteps.
Definitely. Is he older brother, younger brother?
Yeah, he's older.
Okay. So what is a moment that really just stands out to you about him, like being an example to you?
I would have to say like I can't really like pinpoint one moment, but like throughout like our whole childhood, he would always like push himself to like be the best at like whatever he did, and he would always like want to do more and like want to like achieve a lot. And so there was like that side of him, but then there was also like he was like really like he's a really compassionate person. He always wants to do things for other people. If there's like the last like a last cookie, he's never gonna be the person to take it. He'll always be like, no, do you want it? Do you want it? Like, and just like that, like him doing that like over and over again, just like has really been a good example for me.
Sure. Is there a story that you can tell me, like just in the past year, of like your brother doing something? It doesn't even have to be like setting an example exactly, but like a time where he was like super compassionate or super nice or like helped build you up when you were like in the dumps or whatever?
Yeah, I could say pretty recently he is at Penn now for college, which is like a 6-hour flight.
Yeah.
And for like the past since he left, like the past 3 months, my mom has been like pushing. She's been like, let your sister come visit you, like let her come visit you. And there was like one weekend, I think 2 weeks ago, where it like worked out for both of us. And we're like, let us come. He was like, no, like this is my midterms, like I can't get, like this is just one weekend, you can't come. So we were all like pretty upset that like we weren't able to see him. And then like that Thursday comes around and I like came home from school early and we were sitting down and he just like walks into the house and like no one knew he was coming. Like his friend came and picked him up from the airport and brought him to our house. And I think like at that moment, like I was really going through a lot and our family was too, and just him coming like really meant a lot.
Sweet. Thank you so much. That was great.
That was really great.
I can steal that mic. Thank you. No, it's on the steroids.
Oh, perfect. Cute.
Alrighty, hold that paper up. Perfect. Take
Okay.
it. Excellent. What is your first and last name and how do you spell it?
Isabella Olivares, Isabella, Olivares, Olivares.
Alrighty. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Excellent. Okay, ignore the camera.
Okay.
It doesn't even exist, right? Okay, so tell me your name again and tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
My name is Isabella, and I'd say my sister.
Okay.
My older sister. She kind of just like is the reason of like who I am today. Like from the way that I style myself, just to like music and like everything about me. It's just like I have to owe it all to her.
Definitely. Is she an older sister?
Yeah.
How much older?
We're 6 years apart, so she's 22.
Okay, very nice. So growing up, how was it like I know every younger sibling wants to be like their older sibling, right?
Yes, definitely.
So could you like explain like your relationship with her?
Her and I, like when we were growing up, we always used to fight a lot, kind of, which I mean every sibling was. And then, I don't know, I used to snitch on her a lot, which I was younger, so I didn't know any better. But then like, I don't know what age it was, but just like something clicked and all of a sudden we started getting along so well. And like, I think it was probably middle school because I was older. And like, that's when I started like doing makeup and stuff and she started showing me and we had like school dances and just like, she would always like do like a full face of makeup on me. And like, when I was younger, my face like really clear, so she would always use me as like a makeup doll pretty much. Okay. And that just kind of got me into stuff like that. And like, she taught me like how to do makeup and then just like styling myself. Like we would go to concerts and stuff and she would just like help me pick out my outfits. She would take me shopping, all this stuff. So it's just like really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. So can you just tell me a story? Like just when you think of your sister, like boom, this moment pops into your head, just tell me a story about her. Doesn't have to be anything specific.
Okay.
It could be like a funny story, even like just anything.
Actually, I don't know. Her and I are always just like really funny. Like there's not like a single moment where we have been just serious with each other unless we're like arguing. I'm trying to think. I think like the main thing that pops into my head is like when she would get me ready for school dances, because like she does makeup and hair so good. So she would just do my makeup and hair. And like she's very impatient, so if I just like wouldn't stand still or something, she would just like pin my head against the wall. Because like our bathroom's kind of small, so like the wall's right there. And then she would just do my makeup and I don't know, my brain just always goes back to those memories of her just like being there. And she's going to Sac State in the spring, and I don't know if she's gonna move out to Sacramento, but like I'm kind of sad if she does.
Yeah,
so
for sure, 'cause you like having her at home.
I love having her. She's always just kind of like been a support system, because like she's gone through so much, and like I can just always count on her for everything.
Definitely.
So
All right.
yeah.
Thanks so much. That
Thanks.
was great.
Self-reliant, capture. What are you doing?
All right. Hold it up. Perfect. Now I can steal it. All right. So, what is your first and last name and how do you spell it?
Zachary Burdick, Zachary Burdick.
What grade are you in?
11th, junior.
Perfect. Okay. Ignore the camera.
Okay.
Nice little conversation.
Sounds
Just
good.
me and you doesn't even exist.
Sounds
right?
good.
Okay. So tell me your name again. And tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
All right, my name is Zachary Burdick, and one of the most influential people in my life is my basketball coach.
Okay. Why?
I was like training with him since like I was really young, like 3rd or 4th grade. We kind of grew up together. He was like working on my skills and stuff, but deeper than that, like he kind of took me under his wing as like almost like
figure I could look up to and just chill with him sometimes.
Sure. Would you say he's kind of been like a father figure?
Yeah, almost like a father figure, yeah.
Okay, so how long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing basketball since like 2nd grade.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
So,
a long time.
Has he been like, is he like a coach for a club team, travel team or whatever, or is he just like a personal trainer sort of coach? Or?
Yeah, he coaches teams, but mostly I just went to him for like personal training and stuff since like I was young. We had a good connection, so.
Definitely. Is he a family friend or is he just like someone that your parents found for you?
Yeah, I think my parents just found him. He like trained some other people at my school, so then like we all went together in a group, and then eventually like I just started going to him like one-on-one, which is fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so can you give me an example of something that doesn't have to be past year, because that's,
Yeah.
Oh wait, school year's barely started, year's almost started. Okay, so it doesn't have to be past year, maybe like past 4 or whatever years.
Yeah.
That he's like really impacted you.
Yeah. I would say like one is he was a coach of like a different team and I was like playing against him.
Okay.
And then, so like I was doing pretty good and stuff. And then like after the game, he like came up to me and like gave me a big hug and he's like, dang, that was really cool. I'm so proud of you about how we've worked together for this long and you've grown and come such a long way as a basketball player and a person in general.
For sure, and as like the opposite, the coach of the
Yeah.
opposition, like that was probably
Yeah.
crazy. That's really cool. So, man, I don't really have anything else for you. Thank you. That
Yeah.
was great.
Thank you. Yeah. Do I
Alright,
hand
you
this
can
to you?
hold that. Yep.
All right.
All right, hold it up. Okay, I can steal that from you.
All right.
Alrighty, what is your first and last name and how do you spell it?
Tyler Ray. Like, how do I spell everything? Oh, Tylerrae.
Perfect. Okay. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Alright. Now, ignore the camera. Nice little conversation. Just leave
Alright.
it, right? Okay, so say your name again and tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
I'm Tyler Ray. My most influential person in my life is probably my mom.
Why?
She always comes home every day from work, and then she comes and cooks and always like has a smile on her face, and she's always just like, she always just works hard for us.
Definitely. What does your mom do for a job?
She's a teacher at some school in Granite Bay. I don't even know the name.
Yeah, so has she also helped you with like school assignments?
Yeah.
Like something like that? Okay. So in the past, like I know coming into high school, so maybe like starting freshman year, can you give me an example of like one way that your mom has just really impacted you, really helped you?
So I was failing a couple math tests freshman year,
I can relate.
and I probably had like 3 retake packets, and she'd always just help me work with them. And like, I'd get the answer, but I didn't know how. So she'd always like help me with that.
Explain how you got the answer.
Yeah.
Did you end up passing all those tests?
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, so I know for a lot of people, parents are like super impactful for their sports. Also, do you do
Yeah.
any sports?
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Do you have any other like extracurriculars or stuff like that?
So like, I'll ride bikes every once in a while, and my mom will drive me to like places.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So how has your mom like helped you? Not just like riding your bikes or whatever, but like just helped you with like getting places to friends. Because I know like before this you probably weren't able to drive, right?
Yeah.
So like how has your mom like helped you maintain connections with your friends and stuff like that?
So before I got my license, she used to drive me like everywhere.
Yeah.
She'd like drive to Granite Bay so I can hang out with friends and everything.
Definitely. Yeah. So she's just been kind of like helping you with everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So not a town.
Okay.
Ignore that. Okay, so can you tell me a story of just, entire life maybe, open it up to everything.
Yeah.
One story that, maybe a funny story that you remember, like when you think of your mom, like, boom, jumps to the top of your head.
I can't really think of one. Like, there's just like so many.
Yeah, for sure. Just, pick a random one. It doesn't have to be like the first one.
Probably like one day randomly, she was like on her way to pick me up somewhere, and she told me like, don't close the garage. And I asked her why, and she just said, I hit it. And she like crashed her car into the garage. And it was the first week she bought it.
That's She bought the car or the garage?
Yeah, no, she like just bought the car.
Okay.
She hit the garage
That's
with
crazy. And she just like don't.
it. Yeah.
Man, that's actually crazy. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you so much. That was
Yeah.
great. I will steal your mic now.
All right.
Which one did you?
Person, influential lady. That's the one.
Number 4?
I
Oh,
think.
wait, this one?
No, that's not the right one.
All right, have a seat.
Yeah, that one.
Nope, you gotta hold that.
Why?
Because you gotta-
I don't like holding things. Ooh, this is nice. Pretty good bar stool. Jeez.
Hold up the paper for the camera to see which question you have. Up a bit higher. All right, take it. What is your first last name and how do you spell it?
Christian Acord. Christian, like the religion. My last name Acord.
Okay. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Excellent. Okay, so tell me your name again. Tell
Christian.
me who the most influential person in your life is.
I gotta say, the most influential person in my life is probably one of my best friends, Arian. He's very like whenever I go up to him, he's very like kind, gentle, but like at the same time, he's very like harsh in terms of like pushing me past my limits of what I think I can do, and like he always pushes me to be a greater person than I am. And ever since like we just like FaceTime, and he's in college right now, so like I damn near cried when I saw him leave, and like he brought me to school the day that he had to leave, and last week he came back from college. He drove just to surprise me, and I can't tell you how much that brought me joy. And it was like an amazing moment. I like literally jumped, and I don't know, I basically tackled him, and I think I hurt his head, but he's just like, he's very like complicated but simple at the same time. Like once you get to know him, he's just a great guy. Like he's very open, very brave. He doesn't get like, he's basically like a dad to me. Like all my friends are always like that's literally like his name. Everyone nicknames him Dad or something like that. Like on my Snapchat, I called him Great Dad. That's his name. But yeah, just overall, like he's just got great attributes. Like I don't really see any like I just want to be like him.
Yeah.
He's like my idol, and I really want to be like him.
For sure. Can you tell me some of the attributes that he has?
He's not that a genius isn't like one of them, but when I'd say like he just knows the right time when to joke around and like the right time not to. So like when I'm like feeling down and like I just like need somebody like to be there, he'll always be there. He'll always like have my back, someone to talk to. Like I had like a bunch of moments where I was like with my family and like there was like arguments and stuff, and like when there's disagreements, like even though he wasn't part of it, and like my mom literally calls him sometimes to like easing up the conversations or like help us. Like he's literally like a therapist basically. Like he's like one of my friends that's literally a therapist, and he's not licensed, but he's just, I don't know. Whenever I hang out with him, I always feel safe, and I always feel like nothing wrong could ever could happen. Like he took me to San Diego, and he paid for the whole entire apartment. He paid for the Airbnb, and we were on the beach.
Oh, wow.
And like he will like sacrifice anything for just to see anybody else happy. Like, and it's not just me because I'm his friend, but like he's like that with everybody, and he's like, I've never seen a moment where he isn't like, he's just a great guy.
For sure. Hey, thank you so much. That was great.
Of course.
I can steal that mic from you.
Feels better now.
You hear audio? Do you hear audio? I don't know. Let's find out. It appears that the camera hears audio. I hear audio.
Excellent. Okay, so hold up that piece of paper, just so the camera can see it. Up a little bit higher.
Cool.
Perfect. Now I can steal it.
So like,
All right. What is your first and last name, and how do you spell it?
my name is Kyle Motley, Kylemottley.
All right. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior, so 11th grade.
Excellent. Okay, ignore the camera.
Okay.
Okay, so
Look
tell
at
me
you.
one more time. What is your name?
So
and who's the
I
most
thought the goal was to look at the
Oh.
camera. The goal is to not look at the camera. Okay, sounds good.
All right,
Perfect.
so tell me your name again and tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
My name is KYLEMOTLAY.
You can just say your
Yeah, you can just.
Bro asked me to spell it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
My name is Kyle Motley. The most influential person in my life right now is probably my older brothers. Both of them. So I have 2 older brothers. One of them's in college, and one of them's on a mission. I don't know. I just like growing up. You see a lot of things they do, and like what goes right and what goes wrong. The kind of the way they act and everything. And I feel like when you kind of evaluate that and model it off of what you do, I don't know, I feel like I've been able to draw a lot of, I would say like inspiration from them. And kind of just being that younger brother, like, especially because I have a younger brother, so I have the kind of perspective. I feel like it's made me like appreciate them more, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So you've been looking up to them, like, as you were growing up?
Yeah.
Like, their actions have sort of, like, shown you what to do?
For sure. Yeah, no, exactly. Like I feel like growing up, like, especially I'll be in middle school, I would have been in middle school or elementary school while one of my brothers was in high school. And like, I kind of see the stuff they do and like how that works and everything. And I don't know, it kind of set me on like a path, I guess, that like, I kind of just understood like what to do and what not to do because of what they did. And yeah, like I would just say like naturally when you're younger, you just naturally, when you're younger, you just naturally draw to people who are bigger than you, and especially like in a family of 4 brothers, it was just natural for me to like resort to using them as an example because they're kind of like, I don't want to say competition, but it's like a natural competition, especially when you're all playing sports and everything.
Yeah.
But I think it was good and it's healthy because like it's kind of made me, I don't want to say like improve, but you can just learn stuff from them, like a lot.
For sure.
That's what I would say.
So what would you say is something that you wouldn't be doing today if it wasn't for your older brothers?
Shoot. I would say personally, well, it's kind of like not super like deep, but my older brothers both really liked cars a lot, like both of them.
Yeah.
And like whether my older brother was more trucks and like my second oldest was more like, you know, Japanese cars and everything. I just like learned to like it a lot because they would consume a lot of that kind of content and material. Definitely. And I would be absorbed. I would like be, I'd be, what's the word? That's the exact word. I would be exposed to it. And so naturally, I kind of just learned to like kind of enjoy that stuff and be more interested in it. And especially learning stuff from them, I just started to like it more. So like it's kind of been an extra hobby of mine that I gained from my brothers. I don't think if I had them, I would have been that interested in them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was great. You survived. Oh, you guys are winning. All right, now I can steal that. Perfect. All right, what is your first and last name and how do you spell it?
Hazel Mallet, Hazelmalit.
All right, what grade are you in?
What? I was about to say 9th grade. 11th grade.
All right, ignore the camera. Nice little conversation. Doesn't even exist.
Okay,
right? Okay. So tell me your name again and tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
I'm Hazel Mallet. I'd say the most influential person in my life is my mom and my dad.
Okay, why?
Because I think my mom just taught me a lot of like things about like handling your emotions, and just like she's a really strong person and she's very level-headed, because you know, like my brother and like sometimes in my family it would like be like fights or something like that, but she was always really able to like mediate, and I really admire that about her.
sure.
Yeah, and then my dad, he just really encouraged me to like do what I like want to do, and like for things that I'm scared of, he supports me in that because he's also brave.
Can you give me an example of that?
Example? Well, the first thing that came up, which is not as serious, is like for like roller coasters. My family is my mom, my dad, and my brother, like my most like immediate family. And so when I go to like amusement parks, I count on my dad to do all of like the fun stuff, like a drop tower or roller coaster, because my other family members are like do not like that.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So you like to do like the more scary things with them?
Yeah.
Why do you think that you are able to do those scary things like roller coasters, drop towers, where your other family isn't?
I don't know. I feel like I've always like, when I was a kid, I wasn't really scared of that kind of stuff. Like I remember when I went to Disneyland and I saw like the Tower of Terror, but I was like dropped in like the dinosaur, like the little kid drop off thing, and I really wanted to go on it, but I wasn't tall enough. And I was just really upset. Like it ruined my whole time. So yeah.
All right. Can you give me like a story in the past year of either your mom or your dad, and like a way that they really impacted you?
I think like this past year I've like realized that hold on. I think this past year I've realized that there's some things like with my mental health like that I need to like improve on, or that I wanted to improve on and take care of. And my mom has always been super like supportive of it, and like I think she knows me in some ways better than I know myself, in that kind of way. So that's how she's impacted me.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to do anything else, or do you want anything else? For the editors, we've been doing a bit longer. If you want to keep on going, or if you want to be done, we can just be done. It's up to you.
I'll say another influential person in my life is Violet Yang, because she's really taught me to be, like, I don't know, just enjoy life more. Yeah, because
So when
she's.
did you meet this Violet?
This Violet, I'd say like last year, yeah, because she moved from Singapore last year.
So how has been like being friends with her and helping her to sort of adapt to living in America? How's that been?
How's it been? Oh, there she is. How's that been? Honestly, she's like such a chill person that like I feel like she could adapt to anything. Like I don't think I had to help her really a lot with all of that, but I'm really glad that I had her in my math class last year, because she was super like just funny and like really easy to connect to. So yeah.
For sure. All right, sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're doing this question?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your first and last name?
Isabella Olivares, Isabella Olivares.
Alright, what grade are you in again?
I'm a junior.
Excellent. Okay, so ignore the camera. Nice little
Okay.
conversation. Doesn't really make sense, right? Okay, so tell me your name again and tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
My name's Isabella, and I'd have to say my mom is the most influential person in my life.
Why?
She always just like, she's like the one person I look up to the most besides my sister, and she's always there for me like no matter what, and like she makes sure that I have everything that I need, and that like just like she's always gonna be there for me, and like she pushes me to do like the most that I can with myself, and like I look up to her so much, and like I just want to like be better, and like I just have like she's like superwoman to me. Like she does so much. Like with being a mom, she works crazy hours with her job, and like her and my dad just do like the most for me and my siblings to just make sure that we always have like everything that we always need. And I just like hope one day like I could be at least like half of the woman that she is, because she just like inspires me so much to do the best that I can with myself.
For sure. Can you give me an example in the past year of the time that she's helped like build you up? It doesn't have to be like super personal. It can just be like she picked me up from school or something like that, right?
She just like always wants me to do the best with myself, and like I'm a person that like needs structure for everything. Yeah. Like I have to have structure, and like she sees that in me and she helps me with that. So like she'll kind of like guide me in ways to do things, and like I just see like how she is like a mom and like as a human being, and like with her work so many people look up to her, and just like she's very well respected, and I just like want to be like that.
What does she do for her work?
She works for PG&E, so
the campfire that happened in 2018, she is on the rebuild team for that. And so she like completely made her entire team her own. Like she interviewed all these people, she brought them in, she made her own team. She has constructed the entire like rebuild process for her area. She's been back and forth between like different areas in that job. And like she doesn't like view those people as people that are beneath her. She views them as equals. So they respect her so much more for that. And they just always look up to her. And I just only ever hear like really good things about my mom. And I just like one day I want to be like that and stuff.
For sure. Are you thinking about pursuing like a similar career?
No, nothing like that. It's mostly just like I want to become an anesthesiologist, and that's going to be like a lot of work and a lot of schooling, and I just know that like my parents are going to be there by my side the whole time, like no matter what. But I do just like I want to be like her as a person, like the loving and caring woman that she is. Like I want to be like that.
For sure. All right. Thank you so much. That was great. I can steal that mic. All right, perfect. You want to hold that piece of paper up so we can know? Perfect. You can grab that. All right, what is your first and last name and how do you spell it?
Wyatt Nye. Do you want me to spell my last name?
Oh, yeah.
N-Y-E.
And first name?
W-Y-A-T-T.
Perfect. All right, what grade are you in?
Junior.
All right, so ignore the camera. Nice little conversation. Just me and you. Doesn't even exist, right? All right, so tell me your name again and tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
I'm Wyatt Nye, and I'd probably have to say my dad.
Why?
I don't know, he's kind of always just been there for me, so he's been a good role model growing up, just because he does what I want to do when I grow up, so.
What does he do?
He's a mechanic.
Okay, very
But not the kind of mechanic you'd think of. He fixes the things that fix your car.
Oh, that's actually really cool. So how did he get into that career?
Oh, so my great-great-grandfather created a business called Bill's Hydraulics down in LA. Then that was passed to his grandpa, and then my grandpa, and then now he finally owns it. So it's been in the family for a while.
That's really cool. So why is that what you wanted to do when you grow up?
I don't really see myself doing like a corporate office job. I like working with my hands, so that's a good way. And I guess that's kind of how I grew up, fixing cars and stuff. So.
Really? You fix cars? How old were you when you started fixing cars?
Maybe 9 or 10.
Dang, that's crazy. So you've been fixing cars for like 6 or so years?
6 or 7 years.
What's the like coolest thing you've done in your workshop or your garage or wherever when you're like fixing stuff?
It's hard to say. Everything's cool, but we just replaced the turbo on one of my Mini Coopers that we have. That was pretty cool. Tore off the whole front of the car. Disassembled it.
So how long does like a process like that take?
Depending on what it is you're exactly doing. I know sometimes it could take up to like 2 days, just because you gotta buy the parts and stuff. But like if you have everything ready to go, it'll take you a couple hours.
Wow. Okay. And how many cars have you worked on throughout your time working on
3 or 4.
3 or 4? Okay.
Just the ones that we've owned.
Okay. Yeah. So you haven't like worked for other people yet?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. So would you say that the experience you're getting now, like working on your personal cars, will help you like carry into the actual field?
Absolutely. Just because having that additional experience rather than just going in blind is gonna help a lot.
Definitely. And if you could say like one thing to your dad, like that you know he would see, what would you say? Like just one thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, dude. Hey, well, thank you for surviving.
Absolutely.
All right, I can steal that mic. All right, steal that from you.
All right.
Excellent. All right, what is your first and last name and how do you spell it?
Joey Buffa, Joeybuffa.
All right, what grade are you in, Joey?
11th, I'm a junior.
Excellent. Okay, so ignore the camera. Nice little conversation. Doesn't even exist.
All right.
All right, so tell me your name again and tell me who the most influential person in your life is.
My name is Joey Buffa, I'm a junior, and the most influential person in my life is probably my little brother.
Why?
When he was born, I just kind of realized like I need to be like a role model, set a good example for him growing up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Can you give me like an example of like a time that either you've helped him out or that he's helped you out?
Just like if he's doing something, you know, like not right, because he doesn't know, you know, he's still pretty young. He's 7 years old. He'll be 8 in January. So, you know, if he's just doing something he shouldn't be, you know, like I want to like put him on the right path so he doesn't, you know, continue like bad behavior or anything. And it also helps me out because if I'm doing something I shouldn't be, I think like this would set a bad example for him, you know.
Definitely. Do you have any other siblings? Or
No, just him.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I grew up with a bunch of siblings. I
Yeah.
still have a bunch of siblings. So like, how would you say that's like affected your own like life?
Pretty positively, cause if I like need to get something done, you know, I need to work hard. He's kind of like my inspiration. Like, do it for him, you know. Just had a big impact on my life.
Very nice. So a lot of people like they have like one thing that they remember about a person. Like,
yeah.
I say your brother's name. I don't know his name, but like when I say his name, was like one thing that pops into you.
He's really kind.
He's really kind.
Yeah, he's
Can you give
super
me, like, a
nice.
story?
Like there was a time where some kids at school were kind of giving him a hard time, but instead of like being rude back or anything, like he just like I told him like, hey, like you gotta stand up for yourself, and he started crying. He said, I don't want to be mean to them though. You know, he's just a really nice kid.
For sure.
Yeah.
Does that hurt sometimes? Like he's too nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Have you like being his older like role model? How has that been like teaching him like how to not be too kind? Like
Yeah.
Or do you just encourage his kindness and like